Today I'm going to be talking about why I closed my Vaughn location. I literally did a poll on Instagram and it was between I think the power of manifestation and why I closed my Vaughn location, and literally everybody chose why I closed my Vaughn location. So here it is. Guys, I have to take you back because it won't make sense unless I take you back to the beginning of me opening up my Vaughn location. So essentially, I opened that location at the end of 2020. Maybe it was 2021. No, it was 2021. April of 2021. At the time, I was just leaving a rental in Mississauga. I was just doing a chair rental in Mississauga, and I grew so fast. Because guys, I want to say this is not me being arrogant or cocky. I'm just being honest. I was the pioneer in Toronto of textured tape-ins. I feel like at the end of 2020, my supplier messaged me and they were just showing me a bunch of different textures, and I'm like, oh my God. Immediately, I placed an order and I had the hair on stock. I had the hair in stock, and I was like, this is gonna blow up, because obviously in hair school, I learned how to do micro links, tape ins. Actually, I don't even want to give hair school that much credit, because realistically, they only spent 2 days on hair extensions. And because of that, I ended up having to challenge the exam and get certified in hair extensions separately. So I don't even want to give them that much credit. But anyway, I placed an order and I brought in so much hair into the city. And I was just like, how am I gonna get this out there? So I decided to get models, and I started doing these videos on YouTube, of tape-in models doing the yaki straight texture, the straight texture, the body wave, and literally it blew up. I was not expecting that at all. And I was expecting it, but I wasn't expecting it. I don't know how to explain that. But I decided, I'm like, my contract at Lashes to Envy was over. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna open up a location on my own independently. So I found the location in Vaughan at Keelan Major Mackenzie, and I just thought it was the perfect location. It was literally right at the corner. It was across the street from a Shoppers Drug Mart. It was a new build, which is part of the reason why I closed it. It was a new build. It was only a year old. And I had 2 floors, which is the upstairs and downstairs. So I literally opened that location and I hit the ground running. I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a few more models, and then this is how I'm going to build my clientele. I already had a clientele, but not to the extent it grew when I put out the tape-ins for all hair types, aka for Black women, which to this day, guys, I'm so proud of it. And it wasn't just tape-ins, it was micro links, it was the traditional weft, but it was in a multitude of textures. And I just felt like Toronto really didn't have that, to be completely honest. So that's what allowed me to surpass my peers in effort and ability. So I signed a contract at that location for 4 years. It was a 4-year term. And the rent was quite expensive. I'm not going to get into numbers. I don't really like talking about numbers. So I'm not going to go into detail about anything, but it was quite expensive. Obviously, it's in Vaughan. But guys, I was busy. I was so busy. Also, I had my website. So I was uploading onto YouTube, and then I was also selling hair on my website and then doing the hair behind the chair. So it was completely insane. I had influencers, basketball wives, basketball mamas coming to get these tape-ins at that Vaughan location. But guys, I think it's really important that I say outside of me being a businesswoman, I'm a mama. And I was essentially working at that location pretty much every single day for 4 years straight, like morning, noon, and night, to the point where like I was so busy that I had to sleep there a lot of times because like I live in Waterloo, so there was no way for me to go home. I would have to sleep there. So at that point, I was just like, you know what? I need to bring on help, which I did. So in 2022, 2023, I started hiring on people, employees, and initially everything was good, guys. But I started to realize the customer service was going down, not on my end, but for them. And I felt like I was training and I felt like I am a decent leader, but hiring on other people made me realize what cracks I had in my business. And I literally had girls sell hair, like their hair, out of my storefront under my business name. The client goes home, they use the hair, and then they're like, this hair is ratty, it's treacherous. They're leaving bad reviews. Like, oh my God, it got bad. And they were bringing clients into the salon and servicing them on camera and then being like, oh, it was just my sister, oh, it was just my aunt. And you guys, honestly, that made me realize like maybe I'm not who I think I am. Like at this time, imposter syndrome was beating my ass. Like I'm gonna be completely honest, it was whooping my ass. And I was just like, you know what? I need to learn to delegate. I need to learn how to be a better leader. So all of this transpired over the course of 4 years, right? Guys, mind you, I'm used to working by myself. I always worked by myself. It was just me as an independent stylist. Like when I initially opened the Vaughan location, there was times, a lot of times, I would say from 2021 to 2023, there's so many months that I would be behind the chair working on my own by myself and doing like 18,000 a month, 20,000 a month easily. But like I said, I needed help. Like you can't scale a business on your own. And I just felt like when I started hiring people on, it just was not to my benefit at all. Like I just felt like more overwhelmed than I already was. So I would say I had the ladies working with me up until 2023. And then I just had to kind of like rethink everything. Mind you, my contract was only for 4 years. During that time, because it was a new build, there's no clause on like, it's essentially unit was not rent regulated. So the owner can raise the rent to however they want. And of course, like they're watching my business grow. It came to the point where like there's so many days, especially during the summers, where like girls would be sitting outside on the porch having mimosa. They have a snack in their hand and they're just kind of like waiting to be serviced next. Even though like we were appointment based, guys, it was so freaking busy at that beauty bar Vaughan. So as they continued to increase the rent, I was just like, you know what? I'm literally growing out of this location. So it doesn't even make any sense for me to stay in this location. I want to be clear, like me closing Thy Beauty Bar Vaughan, it had nothing to do with money, guys. I was in an abundance of money. It was more so, I think my final straw was, I launched like the hair care line. I've been selling extensions for like the last 8 years, and I had all these things a part of my business roster that I was proud of. But when I realized like maybe I need help with leadership or delegation or like just systems, and I knew my contract was ending, I was thinking maybe I can take some time away for a little bit. And guys, if you are an entrepreneur and a business owner, you know that like the job is not what you see online where it's like glamorous all the time. It's not. There's times that I would be driving home to Waterloo and falling asleep on the highway because I'm exhausted. Just like handling everything, having to think for everybody, having to lead everybody. And it was dangerous. Also, something else that shaped my decision was in 2024, my oldest, Joshi, decided, well, we all decided, me, dad, and Joshi decided that he would be going to the West Coast to spend some time with dad and pursue his basketball career further because they really have the most phenomenal schools out there, and programs within high school. So we were like, we're going to make that decision to let him spend a year with his dad. I was thinking, okay, my son is going to spend a year with his dad. My contract is up. Maybe this is the perfect time, being that I do need a bigger space and location, that maybe I can close for a year, go back to school. Because during the time that I closed, I went back to school and I did a business course. And I also did training for like V-Light extensions. And yeah, that's what I did. But I'm like, I can go work in a salon for a year and remember what it feels like to be a part of a team, kind of get an inside view of how other business owners run their team and how someone that I look up to runs their business. So it gives me insight on how I should potentially run mine. Guys, I made the decision to close the Vaughan location based on those reasons and those reasons alone. And I would say now it was like one of my biggest mistakes. Like I don't regret it, but it was definitely a mistake because of imposter syndrome. I literally thought that like I was failing. I felt like because I didn't know how to delegate and people were stealing and like clients were unhappy on, if essentially it was to the point where like if I wasn't doing the client's hair, they didn't want their hair done. And as you know, I'm only one person, so like that's very unrealistic at the time, so I had thought. So I was like, I'm gonna close the store and I'm gonna find a salon that is successful and I'll go work there for a year. And also I was thinking like, guys, I've been a mom since I was 19, and this is like the first time I'm gonna be away from my oldest. And please don't get me wrong, like I adore my kids, like they are my life. But when dad called and was like, I'm gonna take him for the year, I was just like, okay, I'll give him a chance. That was also a fucking mistake. Like it just shined so much light that like I literally had two children with the most I'm trying to find the words so I'm not disrespectful. I'm trying to make it sound nice, but he is a horrendous human being. I'll say that. So not only did I close my store and I ended up in a salon, which was what was the salon called? Lush Beauty or something in Vaughan. I found this salon, guys. So the salon that I ended up at was Lush and Glow Beauty in Vaughan. If you guys have ever been there and you're a client of mine, then you know the salon was a beautiful salon. It was ran by two sisters, and honestly, that was an eye-opener because I think like a lot of times in life looks are deceiving. I literally thought like, oh my god, their salon is so beautiful. It just, at the time when I went in to do the tour, it felt like it had a good vibe, and I'm like, okay, I was excited to go work there amongst other women and just like build connections, grow, evolve, learn. That was very interesting time in my life. Like, I want to say, like, edge of 2024 and the entire of 2025, I literally went through like a dark night of the soul. Like, I was going through it, bitch. So essentially my son went off to go live on the West Coast, and I closed my Vaughn location and I went to go work out of Lush and Glow Beauty for a year. So I had thought. So I got there, the first, I would say, week was good. But guys, I came to the humbling understanding that like their business was failing. Like, I mean, completely and utterly failing. There was, I would say, 90% of the time I was in there by myself. There was no one there with me. No receptionists, no sisters, no clients other than me and my clients. I was always in there alone. And that really like shocked me to my core. Like, wow, here I was. And I was thinking, like, even watching them, what I did learn is watching them and how they ran their business and how like they went about marketing and all that stuff. And they had a gorgeous salon. And the sister who was like the hairstylist, I thought that she was incredibly talented. Like, their books should be full. Over time, I was there for about from August, the beginning of August to December. So August, September, October, November, December. So 5 months. I was there for 5 months, not even 6. And during that time, I came to find out that I was the only licensed stylist there. So essentially, if like bylaws came in, then it would be my credentials. Like, so I was the only one with credentials. And guys, I started to feel like even worse. Like, oh my God, God has blessed me so tremendously. And I literally just like took my blessings and handed them back to him. And it was definitely a trying time. Like, even my clients would be like, Kato, you're always here by yourself. And I'm like, I know, like, I don't know what's going on. I was thinking to myself, like, should I help them with like marketing? Should I tell them? Because that's the type of person that I am. Like, guys, in that regard, like, I'm not a gatekeeper. Like, if I know that you're in entrepreneurship and you need help with something, like, I'll be like, girl, get you some brand ambassadors, get you some old school marketing tactics that still work. You'll be fine. But they were just not susceptible to that. I could feel it. So I was just like, I'm just going to shut my mouth, take care of my clients. Then I realized like jealousy started to set in. So I was just like, okay, you know what? I'm only here for a year, so it's fine. Guys, here I am being optimistic and beating myself up at the same time. Why did I get a call in December of 2024? I had only been there for 5 months. They called me on the phone. Actually, did she call me? Yes, she did call me. And she's just like, I just wanted to let you know that we are selling the business and we are closing and you have to move. She called me on the 21st of December. My birthday was on the 22nd. Christmas was on the 25th. And she's just like, you have to move by the end of the week. I'm like, what? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? If you're in the beauty industry, then you know, guys, the Christmas season into New Year's is one of the most busiest seasons. So I'm frantic. Like, what do you mean? Like, I can't do that. Like, what do you mean? Where am I supposed to take my clients? What am I supposed to do? It's the middle of winter. It's the middle of December. What am I supposed to do? What do you mean until the end of the week? Then she's like, she's going to call me back. She's going to talk to her brother, which was like the co-owner. And they were like, you can stay on until the end of December. Guys, I was at a loss for words. So wait. So not only did I close my store, not only did I send my son away, but now I'm being evicted. Now I'm being evicted. Guys, I literally held my head. I like started sending out emails letting my clients know that I would need to do mobile services because after everything I experienced at Lush and Glow Beauty, which I'm not even going to trash their name. I'm not even going to get into it. Everything that I experienced there, I was just like, there's no way. Like, I'm not going to work for nobody. We're done, bitch. We're done. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to need to find a location. We're in the middle of the holiday season, so I'm going to have to wait until the new year. Guys, I went back to doing mobile services for like maybe 2.5 months after that because I had no location and I didn't trust anybody enough to be like, oh, I'm going to go rent a chair anymore. Like I was done. Like I was done. So I started looking for locations. In the meantime, my clients, and this is why I say, like, guys, listen, I've built such outstanding relationships with my clients and my peers where, like, I didn't even have to go into detail about what really was going on. I mean, they could see what was going on when I said, like, they're closing the business. Obviously, like, every time they would come in there would be no one there. So we could kind of see what was going on. And my clients were just so understanding of me, just so optimistic with me. And guys, I was literally feeling like gum on the bottom of someone's shoe. Like, I just couldn't believe what was happening. So it took me a while to find the location. I was going back and forth about whether I should stay in Vaughan or just kind of like move out of the city a little bit so that I am closer to home and my kids. And I want to say in the middle of February, I found this location that I'm at now. And like, honestly, it's God. It's a God. It's God. Because I literally found this location and I asked my contractor to meet me here and he was like, Kato, you have to take this location. Like, it's a prime location. It's close to your house and this is going to be your best bet to rebuild. He was just like, this location's amazing. Like, the price is right. It's located close to home. You are so good at what you do. You can literally have a location anywhere and clients will come. And my clients did just that. And guys, I just want to take this time to say, like, from my mouth to your ears, I know the saying is from my mouth to God's ears, but from my mouth to your ears, thank you so much for being so understanding and considerate of me when I was going through, like, darkness, bro. That's what it felt like. Just being like, Kato, you can just come to my house. It's okay. I'll just hop in my shower to wash my hair. It's okay. Like, I didn't experience no judgment. Sure, I lost a few clients, but that's fine. Like, this is business. I don't take it personally. I still wish you all the absolute best. And, like, if you decide to come back, I'll welcome you with open arms because I love y'all. But, guys, I'm grateful. So I decided to sign the contract. I took possession of this new location on March 1st, 2025, and we started the renovations. And you want me to tell you what the sign was? Guys, I went home, I prayed, and within like 24 hours, I went home. My windows never open. Mind you, it's still like winter. I went home one day and there was a ladybug on my windowsill on the inside in my room. And I was just like, what's the odds? Like, how could a ladybug get into my room? And then I went to the gym and I found a penny. Now, like, guys, I was raised in the 90s. So we had this saying of, see a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck, right? So when I seen that, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take this location. So I contacted the owner, I signed the contract, and I took possession on March 1st, 2025. Mind you, I had to gut this entire place. And this was actually the first, this was the first time I actually had to like do like real renovations. Usually I just take newer locations and then I don't have to do much. And I created this space with so much love. And now it's been like a year and a half since I've been here. And I am incredibly grateful, guys. I just want to take the time to say that I am incredibly grateful. Guys, I started this business when I was leaving a very toxic relationship, an incredibly abusive relationship. And I started the business because I was a mom of two, and I just didn't want to ever have to like rely on somebody again. And I needed the freedom to be able to raise my kids and still make money. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Like, thank you for like, I felt so bad and so like embarrassed when I had to like go back to mobile services and be like, I don't have a location right now. And my clients would be like, don't worry, Kater, you can come to my house. Like, I'll just hop in the shower. And there's so many days that I would like leave your houses and I would just be like, just feel so, I'm not gonna fucking cry on camera. I'm not gonna cry on camera, but I would just feel like you guys deserve better than this. Like, I know that I'm better than this, but I understand that it was a learning experience, and it also taught me that I have so many phenomenal people in my corner, and I am grateful. I am so, so grateful. Lucky girl, bro. Lucky girl. Thank you. And when I made this video, I was just like, oh, I'm gonna tell everybody what I have coming next. But you know what? 2025 has taught me privacy, and I believe that I can show you better than I can tell you, but it'll be better, it'll be bigger, and we will continue to make history, guys. Thank you so much for your support of Thy Beauty Bar and Thy Professional. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon.